Welcome to my next Big Bang Theory Season 12 episode review video. Before I get into that, though, pretty important, if you are caught up to the point where I am every watching or watching The Big Bang Theory, or you're just not entirely sure, then you definitely need to take the initiative and pay attention to the episode's title, which of course I'll mention, as well as put in the description. If that happens to be the case you find, if you're not caught up, it would be my recommendation that you don't watch this detailed review any further to avoid any potential spoilers. This will be The Big Bang Theory, Season 12, Episode 15. The title of this episode is called The Donation Oscillation, and this will be my review reaction recap after just finishing watching the episode. Zach and Marissa are visiting Leonard and Penny, discussing Leonard's pending fatherly donation. They are both grateful for Leonard's help. Penny still thinks that it is weird that their kid will look like Leonard. Zach adds that if it's a girl, it will look like Penny. No. Typical Zach. Leonard does need to restrain himself from Penny to provide the most potent sample for Monday. They would like to have a son, so Zach wants Leonard to keep thinking little boys. And then Sheldon comes in saying little boys on the pretext to borrow a book and mentions how tall and smart he is. Amy runs in and drags him home because she tells him that Zach and Marissa want a baby from Leonard, not him. And then as Sheldon leaves, he has to throw in his blue eyes, no cavities, his teeth, and not being lactose intolerant. Raj is visiting Howard and mentions his wedding that would have been that week, though at least he still is with Anu. Howard adds that the $3,000 in airline tickets to India that he can't use. There's also the incredible bachelor party that Howard had planned. Through NASA, he was going to get 4 tickets to the Vomit Comet, allowing them to feel weightlessness. Raj is excited and suggests a guys' weekend just like in the good old days, and Howard adds that they were sad, desperate, and totally alone then. Howard announces that they can all go to the Vomit Comet together. Sheldon is not interested in vomiting, while Penny's father Wyatt is visiting Leonard and Penny over the weekend. Raj suggests that making it a couples weekend and they could bring Bernadette and Anu. Howard plans to ask Stuart or Bert since he doesn't think that Bernadette would like to do that. Penny comes into the kitchen and finds Leonard taking some vitamins. When Wyatt knocks on the door, Penny asks Leonard not to bring up the subject of their kids. Zach and Marissa's project or the Cornhuskers. Wyatt comes in, calling Penny Slugger and complimenting Leonard on his strong handshake. Leonard says he's been taking vitamins. Penny offers her dad a beer. He replies that since she knows she's not going to be pregnant. Penny then blurts out about the Leonard/Zach project to take this subject off of their non-existing kids. Howard enters the kitchen, asks Bernadette if she minds that if he goes away that weekend with Raj. The two were taking Anu and Stuart, which bothers Bernadette that she wasn't asked. Howard insists that she wouldn't want to float around weightless since she got sick in the line to the teacup ride at Disneyland. First, Howard says that he doesn't want her to make everyone else miserable, but realizing what he said, he invites her to go with them. Leonard thanks Penny for throwing him under the bus. Wyatt wants to know why Leonard is okay with not wanting the baby with Penny, but wanting to have one for Penny's dumb ex-boyfriend. Penny supports Leonard, but is still okay with her dad making a scene about it. Leonard calmly explains that Zach and his wife can't have their own children and likes that Leonard is a smart and caring person, traits that they want for their kid. Wyatt then mentions about hiring out his prize stallion for stud purposes. Penny retorts that their situation is not like that, though Leonard is fine being compared with a prize stud. Leonard comes to bed talking about how much Wyatt likes him since Penny used to date idiots. Penny does admit that she did marry a stud. Penny wants to make it up to him after throwing him to the lions earlier. She forgot that Leonard still had 3 days of abstinence ahead. Penny then comes out of bed wearing a sexy outfit, snuggles up to Leonard, and seductively starts to read her comic book. Bam, pow, take that, Batman. And then we have the two couples driving the car, Anu and Raj, and then Howard and Bernadette. And they're so glad that Bernadette could come comes, especially since Howard claimed that it wasn't her thing. Bernadette snaps, saying that Howard doesn't know everything. Anu claims to be an adrenaline junkie, doing things like roller coasters and snowboarding. Bernadette counters that she once jumped on the back of her shopping cart and rolled down the meat section. Howard added that just being married to her is a ride. Sheldon comes out into the living room, fixes his breakfast, and finds Leonard on their couch. Sheldon calls to Amy, who comes in and also is surprised to find Leonard there. Leonard used his spare key to come in and get away from Penny, who wanted to have sex. Sheldon comments that he has been there and done that. Amy suggests that Penny still doesn't want him to succeed. If Penny is objecting, Leonard wants her to tell him he still wants to leave a little of himself behind in the world. And Amy adds that even if that's true, he would not be the kid's father. Bernadette tells Howard at 90 pounds she gets weightless if she is holding onto 3 balloons. While signing the injury and death waivers, Bernadette has second thoughts about both of them doing it since they have kids. She was just trying to prove to Howard that he doesn't know her as well as he thinks he does, and if she does it, she can prove him wrong. Anu thinks she should just be honest, and Bernadette agrees and tells Anu that she owes her $3,000 for airline tickets. Penny returns to her apartment and her dad, after a long run interrupted by stopping at dinner and a massage chair. Her dad comments that she is not really mad at him and Leonard, but herself. He says that she regrets her no baby plan. Penny agrees that she feels that she is letting everyone down. Wyatt tells her that she could never disappoint him, though her high school years were rough on him. She once stole a horse while drunk. He tells his daughter that whatever she decides, he is on her side. Leonard comes marching in and tells Wyatt to back off since it is his and Penny's decision, and Wyatt has already discussed it with Penny, but compliments Leonard on being forceful. Leonard then tells Penny that he has changed his mind and he'd be heartbroken if there was a kid out there that he couldn't be the father of. Penny agrees with him, and then he asks her if they can do what they were going to do last night. However, Wyatt is still within ear range. Everyone is in the jumpsuits, though Bernadette declines to go. They have kids, and she doesn't think that they should both put themselves in danger. Howard cracks that he didn't see that coming. Howard suggests that she go so she can prove herself right as the plane flies repeatedly up and down and up and down. Now floating weightlessly, Bernadette is yelling that she hates it so much. Anu says that she is proving her husband wrong. Now she loves doing it. Leonard calls up Zach and Marissa, declining to be their sperm donor, but he does suggest that someone else is interested. While on the phone, Amy is yelling at Sheldon that he is not going to do that. Sheldon says on the phone that apparently he is not allowed. And that's what ends this episode of The Big Bang Theory. So I'm going to give this episode a 7.8 out of 10. It was okay, but I feel like the potential has dropped a bit, and they're just trying to hang on to finish out the series. So, and then my character of the episode is going to be Leonard. And then, as many of you know, I rate Penny because Penny's the reason why I started watching The Big Bang Theory, and one of the reasons why I continued, other than Leonard and Sheldon. I'm going to give Penny an 8.0 out of 10. So you've heard everything that I have to say. Now it's your turn. If you're a fan of The Big Bang Theory and you want to help me out with the YouTube algorithm, please don't forget to smash the like button, share this video with a friend, put this video on every single one of your social media platforms. Don't forget to sound off in the comment section about what your thoughts are on this episode of The Big Bang Theory. What would you score it? And who would you choose as your character of the episode? And remember to rate Penny like I do if you want to do that. You don't have to, though. And then last but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that sub button. You're watching the video anyway. Subscribe to the channel, join the team, show your damn support, and be a part of something special. And you never know what you're to see on JDev TV.